Let's talk theater with Julie Whitney Scott.
Well, welcome to Julie Whitney Scott Presents. And once again, it's family time on my show. I am so happy to have two people that are really, I'm sorry, good friends of mine, as well as theater friends. Miss Lynnix Price and her beautiful young daughter, Lynnix Price. Lynnix is a theater child. She has acted in a lot of stuff, and we're going to talk about that. Her mom is not only a theater mom, but her mom is part of the business. She runs the business, helps out in the office. That behind the scenes stuff that you just can't get done unless you have somebody that can do that, so that you can be creative and do other things with state-of-the-arts productions. So Mom and Lynnix, hi. I am so happy to have you two here. Lynnix, I just want to thank you for being willing to come on, because I know personally that you don't really like to be in front of the camera. You and your expertise is mostly behind the camera. So I am really grateful and appreciative that you're going to take that time to give us a little bit and talk to us about how does it work being a theater mom with such a talented young daughter that you have, as well as being a very important part of the business of state-of-the-arts productions.
Well, being involved with State of the Arts Productions, I'm the vice president. Like you said, I do a lot of the behind the scenes work when it comes to tickets, the production team, making sure the productions run smoothly, making sure the front of the house goes well. Having a theater child and also being in the theater business has its perks, because Lynnix is always willing to help with anything from passing programs to greeting the guests to making sure the cast have what they need. She kind of acts as a gopher sometimes, getting things and taking care of things. So it's definitely an added bonus because she has an interest in theater. And it's almost like she was literally born into the business. So it helps a lot.
Well, speaking of born into the business, you know, your company is based on your dear brother, Quentin, who founded that. How much influence did he have in Lynnix's life, do you think? And in you wanting to continue his legacy and working behind the scenes to make sure that company keeps going strong?
After his passing, my mom and I did have a long talk about it to keep the decision to keep the theater company going, to give an opportunity for his legacy to continue. So I'm glad that we were able to do that, to give the opportunity to the community to participate in a different kind of theater that is for everyone. With Lynnix, even though she was only 3.5 when he passed, there's definitely an influence. He made a lasting mark on her from how she performs, even if she's just performing for us in the car or at home and she's not on stage. Her life is her stage. And you can tell she really embodies, and he is within her from anything that she does. And like I told her, he's always watching her as well. So even it was, since it was just the 3.5 years, he made a lasting impact on her. And that's the important part. And that's the part that we always share with her.
Telling us what's the next upcoming production for State of the Arts Productions.
Our upcoming production will be Songs for a New World. We'll be doing it in conjunction with the Abbey Theatre of Dublin. It will be in March 2020. We already have a cast. We're very excited about that. We're looking forward to getting started in January on this production. So just stay tuned to our Instagram and our Facebook and our website, soartspro.com, for updates.
Karen, would you give a word of encouragement to the young mothers out there right now that have a theater child, what encouragement do you have for them, especially if they're working moms?
Well, a working mom, my word of encouragement would be make time for your children's passion. Some days it'll be tough, some days you'll be dog tired, but make time for your children's passion and continue to push them. Whether they become on Broadway, whether they just do community theater, maybe they just do plays at their school, but just having that bond and that connection with your child is priceless. And them feeling your support will mean the world to them.
Lynnix, you have been acting and performing for a very, very long time. Why don't you tell the audience about the very first performance you ever did when you was on stage and what you liked the most about it and why are you still doing it?
Well, the very first performance I had was Annie in 2016. And the first time I was on stage, the lights were very bright. And you could hardly see anyone on the stage. But I liked it. And then the reason I kept going is because I thought that I could do more plays in different roles.
So what did you like the most about working with Annie and the cast? And what was your role? Did you like your role? What did you do in Annie?
So my role was, I was a Herbert Hoover kid. I was an NYC, and that was it. And I liked it because I didn't have like a lot of lines that I had to study, and I was just starting out acting. And I liked our cast. We hanged out a lot. We actually have a thing called Anniversary. We celebrate every single year.
Wow. So on your very first time being on the stage in front of lots of people with the lights, you had 3 roles or 4. Do you know how challenging that is? Was it challenging to do that?
It wasn't really challenging because I had a lot of stage directions, but I barely had any lines. Like, I had to sing, but I didn't have any lines. And I never knew it was going to be hard, but it wasn't really.
Well, how can you sing with no lines? Explain that to my audience.
Well, I think lines are just the words that you say, and lyrics are the things that you sing.
Good job. Because see, there are people out there that are looking that don't understand. What do you mean you didn't have no lines when you were singing? Isn't that actually part of it? You're right. It's 2 different things. So you were part of the ensemble. And the ensemble is the people that make up the rest of the play and sing all the songs, right? So tell me, Lynnix, if you had to be anybody on the stage, what would you want to do? What character would you like to play?
I would have to pick to be, well, one of the characters that I thought was really funny was Miss Hannigan, because I thought it was really funny, and I thought it would be really cool to play her.
So talk to us about your latest production that you were in. You were recently in a virtual production. Tell us the name of that and how was that experience?
The play was called Act Free, and it was actually really cool. It was normally like it was still a in-person play, but you didn't have to go anywhere. You just have to have a device and sign in and act.
What was that play about?
It was about 3 kids, or how old they were. It was about them, and one person ran over and they were like, "We're free," and they were slaves, and they didn't believe them until the end, and they think they believe them, but they don't know yet.
So talk to me a little bit about going to school virtually, because when you were doing this play, you was also going to school, right?
Yes.
Was it difficult or easy, you think, for you to be going to school and also being an actress after school?
It was actually really easy because you just have to sign in on time and you don't really have to go anywhere. You can stay at your house or something, but I have to like rush over to my house. But yeah.
So what is your very favorite thing to do on the stage, Lynnix?
My very favorite things to do on the stage is to like, because projecting, because I never have to use mics at all, and I love not to have to use it. That's why I'm always loud.
That's one thing. Anything else?
Having a lot of props and different movements, because different movements tell how the person's feeling and what they're doing.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want you to just be you for a minute and just answer the question about how you feel. Because some of your answers, I feel like you're just like, are you nervous? Because I know you talk more than this and can be more elaborate. I feel like I'm pulling teeth. Are you nervous about the interview?
A little bit.
A little bit?
I don't know what the questions are.
It's about some of your favorite roles that you've played.
Well, one of my favorite roles was Willow Bounce in 100 Dresses because they actually changed the role from a boy to a girl for that one, and that was pretty sweet. And then I played in Babe. In Babe, I played a duck and a sheep. I actually kind of liked it because the suit was very warm and I was never cold. And I loved quacking like a duck.
Those cool. Those are cool roles too. Those are character roles. I like playing roles like that. All right, Lynnix, it's been such a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you.
Talk to me about working with other kids in theater.
Working with kids in theater is really fun. I mean, they're kids, and it's fun to play with other kids kind of your age and half older than you.
Okay. Why you like that?
Because it isn't like school and you only get one time to play with them. You get to play with them like half all the time when you're practicing or a break, or even you can like move around and play when you're practicing your lines with them.
Now, you also work behind the stage and help out a lot. Talk to us about some of the things that you do to help out your company, State of the Art Production, because, hey, one day that's going to be your company, right?
Well, I pass out programs. I tell them have a good show, and sometimes I help the cast make sure they have everything, and I show people to their seats sometimes. And sometimes I was like, I'm going to take that seat when the play's about to start. And I just pass around. I help with concessions and intermission, like I'm the first one out. Intermission, run out, and start helping.
Yes, you've helped me a couple of times when I've come to some of the plays by giving me programs and helping me out. And I think I've even given you some money for a couple of snacks sometimes. Have I ever done that? Do you work on the snack booth, or do they keep you away from that because it's money?
I work at the snack booth. Sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't. I just stay in there and get a snack myself, or I just help.
Well, you know, when you work hard, you deserve a snack, don't you think? Tell me something. What do you want to do when you grow up?
Well, what I want to do when I grow up, I want to be an actress, I want to be a singer, and I want to be a dancer. Half artist, I think. I'm still happily figuring that out, but I like it. And a fashion designer.
Well, everything you said is artsy. And I think you have a great future ahead of you, and that you're going to be able to do all of those things that you want to do. What words of encouragement do you have for someone that is your age and want to be in theater? What would you tell them?
I would tell them try to do as many auditions as you can, and if you don't get the part, that's okay. You can just keep auditioning until you get a part.
Well, thank you two young ladies for being on Julie Whitney Scott Presents. I've had a really great time today, and I can't wait to see you perform live, Lynnix, next year. I know that you're going to be wonderful as usual. And Mom, thank you for being so supportive of your daughter's passion and being a part of the behind the scenes of State of the Arts production. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.